Um, how many marketing pros? Okay. All right. So the most important reason is why. Why to market, and the why is because you could make the best movie in the world, but if no one knows about it, it doesn't matter.
Excuse me.
Talent doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Okay. No matter how good your story is, no matter how good your actors are, no matter how good your plot line is, if nobody knows that you've got a movie, you're done. You can rely on getting distribution and having your distributor market it, but for small independent films, good luck. Because your first line of marketing is to distribution and knowing what they'll take and what they won't take and all of that, and what it takes to get a film distributed. So you're really marketing to two different demographics. You're marketing to the distributor first, and you're also marketing to your target audience. And for horror, the target audience is, sorry girls, 15 to 60-year-old men. That's the horror market. So distributors want to see certain things that will hit that demographic. Typically lots of gore, some nudity, gratuitous sex, gratuitous violence. You want to hit your market, and that's the first part. Distributors also want to see a name or two in the film. If you don't have a name actor in the film and you think you're going to get theatrical distribution, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that doesn't really happen much anymore. Unless you're Wes Craven or James Wan or Eli Roth, to have a named director backing it up. Okay? You've got to have some kind of a name somewhere. And by the way, as a talent manager, I can help you with that. So the why is, the big why, and that's the real reason, is something that most people don't talk about in the movie business, and that's return on investment, right? If you're making any product, it's great to get your product out there and have people like it. And if you give it away for free, chances are people will like it. But it doesn't do anything for you to get the next product. So you want to at least make your money back and make a profit so you can go on and make the next film. Most creatives want to do that. And so we want to to get that return, again, you've got to get good distribution. You've got to make the best deal you can. You have to worry about the business of show business, which is kind of a pain, but you need to worry about it. And so the why is return on investment, making a profit from your film. And no one talks about this because everybody just worries about getting it out there, and out there is nebulous. And who do we market to, and how do we market? Let's talk about, we talked about the who is distributors and the end final audience, and the how is different for each product. If you have a big budget, if you have a big cast, if you have everything going for you, chances are you're going to get a studio to market your film, to pick up your film and help you with it. And I don't mean Paramount or Warner Brothers, I mean like Miramax or Lionsgate or one of the medium guys will put money into your product and help you with it. But if you're like most of us in this world, that doesn't happen. We have, $1 million or less, and we're putting together the best possible film that we can. We're shooting it on Red or DLSR, or maybe if we're really good and really lucky, we're going to shoot on 16 or 35. But for the most part, it's going to be digital stuff. We have B-name actors, we have B-list actors. We have a few good locations, and we're ready to make our film. So the how is you want to be sure you have B-list actors. Distributors are looking for name actors. If you have Kane Hodder or Bill Moseley or Bill Oberst in your movie, chances are you're going to get distributed. If you have Gregory Blair in your movie, chances are, sorry Greg, not. So you need to have at least one or two name actors, and even with that, you've got to be, the more you have, the better you'll do. And you think about like Joe Lynch and Adam Green did what they did with Hatchet with a relatively low budget, but they had Danielle Harris and Tony Todd and Kane Hodder, and they got a theatrical release. And that's the beginning of what you need. But what they also did was market themselves really well. They knew their audience. They marketed to the audience. Sorry about my phone. Let me turn this on. They marketed to the audience, and were able to get a theatrical distribution because they could market to the audience by selling the product. And obviously, Hatchet was a great story. It was a fun movie, and all of that. And they had great locations in Louisiana. But they had the name actors. They had a good story, and they knew what they were doing. They knew how to market to the people that were going to eventually see the film. And this, as we make this movie, Annabelle is still in the theaters. James made that movie for less than $6 million. He had a little bit more budget, and made that movie for $6 million. And I think to date it's made over $200 million. And that's when I talk about return on investment, guys. That's what I mean. But Annabelle's a James Wan film, and James is now suddenly a big name in our business. So easy to get. People will go see his films because they have his name on it. And the distributors, I think he's working with Lionsgate, do a really good job of marketing for him once the product is out. But you, as an independent filmmaker, don't have that luxury. You've got to do everything yourself. So the next thing is, when do you start? And if you're smart, you'll start right away. Right away means my script is ready. I know what I want to do. And then you start right away issuing press releases, going to the blogs, going to the guys, making sure that people know about your product. And with every attachment you get, every new attachment is a new press release, is a new thing. This is sort of what we did for Krampus, the Christmas Devil. Every time we attach somebody, every time we do something, we had a press release. And by the way, Krampus has distribution. I think we had 22 offers. We took the best one of the 22. So that's, and we can talk about that stuff as we go. You want to be competitive in the marketplace. So you want distributors to have your film on their radar as soon as possible. Yes.
Sorry, just because I met the Krampus guys, I was wondering, because you said you usually need a name. Was Bill Oberst the only name in that, or were there others?
We had Bill Oberst, Eric Soto, Rich Goteri, and I think those were the name actors in that film.
And that's showing.
That'll be here tomorrow,
Okay.
Saturday. Here at Fantastic Horror Film Festival.
8 o'clock tomorrow.
8 o'clock.
So again, the people looked at so everybody looked at the film. They knew a few of the actors. But again, another way to get to do that is, because you market well, it looks like perception is reality in our world, just like we make movies. Perception is reality. Go figure. And it works that way with distribution as well. What the distributors want to see is, they want to believe that there's an audience for the product. And if they think there is, if the bloggers are writing about you before it comes out, if you're on Dread Central or Fangoria, that's the big thing. So I'll give you some real helpful hints. one of the things you can do is get them involved with your project while you're shooting. You know, you get your still photographer to take good still shots, send them in. We had thousands of them for Krampus, and we sent them into each of the little blogs got exclusive footage, exclusive pictures. So we had, you know, while the film was still being shot, we had a 4-page spread in Fangoria. We had, you know, Dread Central was writing about us. Morgue was writing about us. I mean, we did everything right, and so we were on everybody's radar. Everybody knew who we were. So that's sort of what you want to do. You want to get, you know, you can't do it all yourself. You want to get people involved. So you start with every attachment is a press release. You get them to tweet and Facebook and do all the social media stuff. You get all your actors doing that. A money guy, financier, once asked me a really interesting question about return on investment. The question was, who would you rather have in your film? I'm making a new film, relatively low budget, you know, $12 million. Who would you rather have, Matt Damon or LeVar Burton? And I said, well, you know, Matt Damon's a bigger actor. And he said, nope, LeVar Burton. First of all, Matt Damon kills your whole budget. It's $10 million. And second of all, LeVar Burton has 1 million Twitter followers. So if he tweets to those Twitter followers regularly about your film, and 1% of them pay $10 to see your movie, 100,000 people pay $10, that's $1 million. So that's a pretty good return on your investment, and that's what you want to see. So every actor should give you a return on your investment. And you want to continue to do that. While you're shooting, if you can get, you probably don't want reporters around much while you're shooting, but if you can get some people to come in and interview your crew and your cast, that always helps. But what you really want to do is to get them to do that after, and I'll get to that in a sec. But you do want to take good still photography, so get people to see the stuff. Get the gore shots that all the blog sites and the magazines like, and make sure that they pimp it out for you. While you're in post, and post can take anywhere from 10 minutes to a year.
10 minutes? Only a year?
Okay, all right. Well, wait, Ghostmaker, I think when we did Ghostmaker, it took 2 years. I think we were in post for 2 years with that because we farmed it out to this German company and they just sat with it. But they did a great job. And we had a Lionsgate release. I can't complain. But while you're in post, you want to do as many interviews as you can. Again, get your actors talking about it. Make sure that if they're being interviewed for other stuff, that they mention your work. I always try to get my actors contractually obligated to do that. And as a talent manager, I'm going to tell you on the other side, I try to get my clients to not do that because if you don't think about it, you don't do it. And actors, sorry, Tiffany, actors tend not to think about things a lot unless you put words in front of them.
Some of us went to college and got our acting degree. We have brains too.
But the talent in acting is acting, is making other people's words come to life. So trying to get actors motivated to do things. I think the new word that we're all using is as needed. We'll talk about your movie as needed, which means it's their discretion. But when